friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Marigold Manor. I hope you are doing well and having a great start to the fall season. We are officially in fall. I think September 22nd was the first day, and I was so determined that I was going to get this video out to you guys yesterday, so today, Thursday. However, this week has really thrown us Californians, us Northern Californians specifically, into a tizzy. Fall really kicked off with a bang here, literally, and what I mean by that is that Monday morning, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you don't know this, but Monday morning, or maybe you saw it on the news, the Bay Area was struck with a 4.3 magnitude earthquake at around 2:56 in the morning. So here I am, or there I am, in my bed, snoozing away. Actually, that night, I had gone to bed super late, like I had gone to bed at like 1. And so I was asleep, but I feel like I had just fallen asleep probably around like 1:45, 2-ish. So I get jolted awake by this, I mean, I'm not gonna say massive earthquake because that feels dramatic. However, this is the biggest earthquake that we have seen in the last 7 years. And I feel like it's important to mention that because no one's mentioning that part of it. Everyone's like, oh, it was a 4.3, like that's not that big. But like, I have not felt a 4 point anything for a very long time. And I have lived in California for my entire life. I felt all sorts of earthquakes. And when I tell you guys, this one hit different, I am not exaggerating. Bay Area girls, if you're watching this, comment down below because this earthquake did not feel happy. Not that any earthquake feels happy, but this one felt like it had like an issue, like it had like some sort of vengeance that it wanted to take out on us. And I say this because number one, it was violently shaking, okay? Violently shaking. And two, it was super loud. Like obviously earthquakes are loud. And if you've never experienced an earthquake, then you have no idea like what it even sounds like, but it literally sounded like the earth was yelling at us. Like it sounded like the earth was just actually so angry. And anyway, so we had that one on Monday morning, and I immediately went on Reddit, and everyone was like, I'm in like all these different Bay Area cities subreddits, and everyone was like, did you guys feel that? Did you guys feel that? Like what the heck? And so we had that one on Monday morning, and then we had another one in Tuesday evening, which was smaller. It was like a 3-pointer, I think. And then we had another one this morning at like 5:55 in the morning, which was a 2.9, and I felt that one as well. It woke me up. And so, yeah. Oh, also last night we were greeted by what people are calling earthquake weather, which was lots of thunder and lightning. And if you are from the Bay, you know that that's not really common here, especially not in the summertime, even though we are in fall now. But it's like this sort of like late summer, early fall time is not like known for thunderstorms. I know that that's popular in other states. Like when I'm in Colorado with my in-laws, it's summer thunderstorms the entire time, the entire summer. That is not something that we experience here. And so whenever that is going down, it just feels odd and eerie. And so there's just been a lot going on this week. And fall has really just said, hi, hello, I'm here, and I'm here to shake things up. And I'm laughing about it now, but don't be fooled, like it was scary. Earthquakes are scary, but I think the biggest thing about earthquakes is just like preparedness, and that is what this has taught me, is that I need to be significantly more prepared for when the big one comes, which is inevitable. So, and by big, they classify that as anything over a 6.0 magnitude. So, yeah, that's how fall started for us. But we're here now, and hopefully there's no more thunderstorms. Hopefully there's no more quaking. I mean, I kind of live on a fault line, so it's just what it is, but let's just hope for the best for the rest of the year. I honestly can't take any more insanity this year. Like, I just feel like, okay, the earthquake's kind of my last straw. Like, I would classify it as my 13th reason. Like, the earthquake was kind of like, okay, I need this year to be done. Nevertheless, we are staying positive, and we are trying to enjoy the fall season as much as we can. And that is what we are going to be talking about in today's video. I am so excited for fall. I feel like now that we're fully in it, I can really enjoy it. But I do feel like this kind of is the beginning, like this kind of marks the beginning of like the overconsumption portion of the year. It starts with fall, and all of the excess buying of things, and then that just kind of continues through the winter and obviously through the holiday season. And so I wanted to talk today about how we can romanticize and enjoy fall without the overconsumption of it, like without having to do a, you know, home goods haul or whatever, Hobby Lobby haul or any of these things that have become very popular on social media in the last few years. And I will also admit, like maybe 2-3 years ago, I also like had a routine, like a ritual of going to Home Goods or Michael's every fall and just seeing what they have, because it's like, it's cute and it's fun. And while I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with doing it every single year, I do think that it just becomes a little bit wasteful. And also it can be kind of unnecessary. Like we don't need to buy new things for every single season. We don't need to buy new decor items for every single season, especially if we still have some from seasons past. And so I want to talk about some of the ways that we can enjoy fall, romanticize the season without spending a bunch of money and without sort of like diving into just consumer culture. Also, if it starts getting dark, I apologize. I am filming this in the evening after I've gotten home from work. So yeah, I'm gonna try and be quick so that it doesn't get too dark too fast. Also, if you are new here, please take this second and consider subscribing. I have a goal of getting to 20,000 subscribers before the end of the year, or by the end of the year. I have loved growing this channel so much and so organically, and I love this channel and I love the content here, and I hope that you guys do as well. So if you do, please consider subscribing and becoming a part of our community. And you can also find me, if you want more sort of like casual content, you can find me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is @_thefemininefancy_, and then you can also find me on Patreon as well if you want behind the scenes videos and more videos on femininity and womanhood. Okay, so how do we romanticize fall without the consumerism, without the overconsumption? I'm gonna start with the thing that I think we all get the most excited about in this season, and that is pumpkin spice. Particularly the pumpkin spice latte, the pumpkin spice flavoring. It has become such a staple in the fall season in the United States that like we don't even think about it anymore. It's just like, oh, fall's here, pumpkin spice lattes, or fall's here, pumpkin spice everything, but specifically the pumpkin spice lattes. Now, I have never actually had a pumpkin spice latte, but I do always get a chai from Starbucks, a chai with 2 pumps of pumpkin spice, and I have been doing this for the last decade. So I understand the like nostalgic and also just like seasonal attachment to a fall drink. Like I get it. But I do think that when you are going to your preferred coffee shop every morning or several times during the week to buy your pumpkin spice latte or to buy your chai with pumpkin spice or whatever, it does start to add up. And if you have like a designated amount of money that you give yourself to give yourself a little sweet treat during the day or during the week, then like go off, you do you, good on you for having a budget. But if you don't, you can end up maybe spending more money than you think you're going to, or more money than you need to, just because you're buying a drink every single day. So my challenge for all of us is to start making our pumpkin spice lattes at home, or our chais with pumpkin spice at home. And here's the thing that I think we have to realize: there's a reason why it doesn't taste the same as when we go to the coffee shop, and it's because we're not using as much sugar as those people are using. I think we underestimate just how much sugar is in any seasonal drink. Like there's so much sugar in these drinks, you guys, and I am not demonizing sugar. I love sugar as much as the next girl. I love baked goods, I love candy, I love sweetening things. Like I get it, but there's a lot of sugar in the drinks that we get at Starbucks and Pete's and places like that. And so we have to kind of go into this recognizing that like maybe our homemade pumpkin spice latte is not going to taste exactly the same as the one from Starbucks, and that is okay. Or maybe we just add a crap ton of sugar and hope that it does taste like the one from Starbucks. One of my goals for this season is to get into a sort of ritual of making my own seasonal drinks at home, because I'm not like always a beverage person, but I definitely am during the fall season. And I really do love like the ritual of making myself a nice drink. And I think that that is even more like romantic and whimsical than just going through the drive-thru at your local Starbucks or Pete's or whatever and just having someone else make the drink for you. Of course, if you're in a hurry, that's totally fine. But there's just something like really romantic, I think, about making yourself a gorgeous seasonal drink to enjoy and knowing exactly what you put in it, knowing how much sugar is in it, knowing what ingredients you used, and utilizing it as like a fall morning ritual. There really is just something, I mean, if you guys watched, I don't know which video I talked about it in, but I've been making like honey almond milk lattes with my Breve machine. I think that's how you pronounce it. There's just something so soothing and romantic about like making it and it being foggy in the morning and just enjoying like a cozy, like nice warm cup of something when it's like early and chilly out that you made. And I don't know, there's just something really like romantic and whimsical about it. So I think that that is actually more of a way to romanticize your fall instead of just driving through your Dunkin' drive-thru or your Starbucks drive-thru and getting your PSL. But I'm not here to demonize the PSL. I'm just saying maybe we can make them at home. Maybe we can make them at home together. Okay, the next way that I've been romanticizing fall, I've already started doing this, and that is going on a walk through the fall leaves every single day. Now, of course, we can't all do this every single day. I didn't go today or yesterday, but I have been going very consistently through my neighborhood because the fall leaves are immaculate. If you guys watched my last video, my morning routine video, I had a few shots of the fall leaves in my neighborhood. I also made a reel showing how gorgeous it looks. Everybody thinks that California doesn't have seasons. You guys are thinking of Southern California. Up here in Northern California, we have seasons and we have gorgeous, gorgeous seasons. And I look forward to seeing the fall leaves every single year. Every year, I look forward to walking through the fall leaves because it's just stunning. Like, it's beautiful. It's so seasonal and it's just such a fun, it's such a cheap thrill. Like, you want to talk about cheap thrills, walk through some fall leaves. It just rejuvenates you. It makes you feel so just like one with the season, and it's just such a fun thing to do. If you live somewhere that does not experience fall in that way, some of my little hacks and things that I've done in the past when I want to experience fall, like, I don't know, digitally, is by looking up like fall leaf like background on YouTube for your TV or your laptop, and there's all these cute like cozy cafe scenes that you can put on your computer or on your TV screen, and it just makes everything feel so cozy. You put that on your TV, you blast a little Norah Jones, and that is a fall evening if I have ever heard of one. But getting out and going for fall walks is just another really easy and like cheap, affordable way to enjoy the fall leaves. And don't just enjoy them. Stop and look at them. Like, stop and pick one up and look at, like, some of them look like they are literally on fire. It's gorgeous. Like, nature is so beautiful this time of year. So take the time to actually walk through the leaves, enjoy the leaves, and that's a really great way to romanticize the fall season. Okay, I had to move the camera a bit, so if the angle's different, I'm sorry. Another way to romanticize the fall season without being all into the consumer culture of it all is to decorate using nature. I think it's really easy to just default to, like I said, going to HomeGoods, going to Michael's, going to Hobby Lobby, and picking up things that are seasonal. And I mean, they make it so easy. Like, it literally, you go into any of these stores and it just looks like fall just threw up in every single aisle. Like, they make it so easy for you to go and find things to decorate with. But if you've been doing this year after year and you have a little bit of a collection of fall decor items, then you don't necessarily need to go back and like get fresh ones for a new year. But I do understand the desire to want to decorate your home seasonally. I think that at the core of all of this, like even at the core of the overconsumption of it all, is the fact that like we want to live seasonally. I think as human beings, I think we want to live seasonally. I think we want to live in alignment with whatever season that we're in. But because we're typically quite detached from nature, we don't really know how to do that in an authentic way. And so the easiest thing we can think of is like, okay, I'll just get like a pumpkin spice latte and I'll go to HomeGoods, right? But like, that's almost a superficial version of what we're actually craving, which is this deep, like interwoven relationship with the seasons and with the fact that like things are changing in our environment. Nature is changing, as are we. And so instead of going to HomeGoods and you know, participating in that sort of superficial layer of decorating with the seasons and decorating with nature, see what you can find, see what you can forage outside and bring it into your home. Like bring the outside in. One of the things I love to do around this time of year, you guys know this, I love to make a dried orange garland. This is something I typically do around Christmas, but I think I'm gonna start it earlier this year and make one for fall. You can do that, and you can add little bits of, you can super glue like cloves or star anise on it, and it just looks so seasonal and so beautiful, and it's so easy. My sister-in-law used to make the most gorgeous like wreaths around fall and winter with things that she would forage from her backyard. All you need is like a little wreath wire, and you can create a beautiful natural wreath for your front door. You can take some of the leaves on the ground and add them to your wreath, and like, is it gonna last forever? No, it's not, but that's kind of the beauty of it. Like that's kind of what makes it romantic, is the fact that like you love something, you create something, and it doesn't last forever. It's kind of the beauty of life. I mean, beauty or immense pain, but like nothing lasts forever. I'm getting off track here. Something that I used to do with my mom when I was little, and that she has done for years and years and years, is we would go through the parks and pick up pine cones and put them in a big basket, and then she would go home and she would make some sort of like concoction that she would dip them in and have her own little potpourri basket with pine cones that we picked up from off the ground. So there's so much that you can do to decorate seasonally without spending money at Home Goods at the beginning of every season. If it's just like a ritual for you, you just love having your seasonal drink and walking through Home Goods or Michael's, I get it, okay? I'm better than no woman. I get it. But I think there are other ways that we can romanticize the season as well that are a bit more nourishing and have a bit more depth when it comes to really respecting and honoring the new season that we're in. And on that note, talking about being seasonal and living seasonally, this is another good opportunity to start eating seasonally. Fall is really a time where we start to retreat inward. We start to want to be in our homes more. We start to want to make things cozy. We want to add blankets and pillows and candles, and we want things to smell nice and be warm and comforting. And it's the same way with our food and what we want to eat during this time of year. And I think it's another way, again, of just like actually acknowledging what season we're in. Like if you know what is seasonal, not only is that food better for you, but it also tastes better, and it's also more affordable because there's more of it. There's more abundance. I don't know if you guys have had the apples yet, but the apples taste so good right now. They were terrible about 4 months ago. We bought a bag of apples 4 months ago and they were so bad. Now they're delicious and I can actually enjoy apples again. There are so many delicious seasonal fall recipes that we can make utilizing all sorts of squash, butternut squash, acorn squash, things like that. Pumpkin, obviously, sweet potato, like all the super hearty, warming foods. That's what we want to focus on this time of year. With that being said, I'm going to have all of my favorite fall recipes in my digital magazine, Manor, for the fall edition. It is not done yet. I thought it would be done by now, but we're a little bit behind. So we're probably pushing into October for a release, but it is coming, and I'm gonna have so many delicious fall and seasonal recipes in there, like my famous autumn squash soup, pumpkin pancakes, and just everything that I love. So keep an eye out for that, just so you guys know. It'll make it really easy to eat seasonally too. Finally, I think another easy way to enjoy and romanticize the fall season is by what I am calling casual hosting. I'm calling it casual hosting because I personally feel like all of the hosting content that I see on social media is very lavish. Like it's very lavish and good for everybody. Good for everyone that they have access to certain resources and they want to invite 20 of their closest friends over every Friday night. That's great. I don't want to do that. I am all about casual hosting because I don't like to stress myself out. I'm no longer interested in trying to portray everything in my life as being perfect. And that's something that I struggled with on my other channel and just in life in general, is just trying to look and be perfect all of the time. And that is not my bag anymore. It's not. Like, you guys have seen you've seen the laundry in the back of my room. Like, you have seen my kitchen a mess. Like, you guys know, I hope, that my life is not perfect. And I think with a lot of hosting content now, because it's kind of this race to who can be the next Martha Stewart, like everyone's kind of on that trajectory. And what I'm noticing is that a lot of it is just very ornate, it's very lavish, it's very like, I don't want to say elitist, but it's almost giving that. I don't know, comment down below if you know what I'm trying to say. I think that the true core and the true meaning of hosting is just gathering and creating community. That's what I think hosting is fostering community and creating a space where people feel safe, where they feel warm, and where they feel welcome. That's what I think is the most important. I don't think it has to be this big grand to do every single time. I think you should be able to, you know, call up your friend and say, hey, I'm making dinner, this is what we're having, do you want to come over? We literally did that with our friends like 2 nights ago. No, the night of the earthquake. That night we had called our friends and we were like, hey, I made stuffed shells and oatmeal raisin cookies. And I was like, hey, we're making this tonight. Do you guys want to come over for dinner? And they were like, yeah, you want us to bring anything? And they brought ice cream. And so we had ice cream sandwiches. And that's my kind of hosting. I am not trying to be the perfect Susie homemaker. I'm not trying to make everything look perfect. I am trying to cultivate community. That's what I think is important. So I think fall is a great season for this. I think this is an amazing time to welcome people into your home and to create a warm and inviting space for your guests. And you guys know I'm pro potluck, so asking people to bring stuff over, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that it's okay to want to do a 7-course meal that you cook all by yourself, that's fine, but it's also okay to have people like share what they have as well and share their resources, and I think that that's just wonderful. The fall season is not just about how many things you can buy, how many new clothing items you can buy, how many new home decor items you can buy. It's not about that. It's about looking around and seeing what's going on in nature and how we can sort of replicate that within ourselves and within our homes. And that's something that I'm always striving to do every single season, and fall is no different. And I think that when you do it in this way, it's much more romantic and it's much more whimsical and enjoyable. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay safe out there if you are also in California and you also live on a fault line. And I will see you guys in my next video. I don't know if there will be one on Monday because I will be out of town this weekend, but I will do my best. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.